Hi guys, let's start with the story today. So there's a guy called as Chris Gardner from San Francisco. This is a real story. In fact, there's a movie made on this called as Pursuit of Happiness. It's a beautiful, amazing movie. You've got to watch it, but after Cat. So here goes the story. So he's a family man. He has a wife and a young son of about 5 years old. He's an innovator. So he's a very good thinker. He puts all his life's income into a product and designs a new product called as bone density scanner. Those days X-rays were huge machines, and he designs a machine which is like very portable, small, and it can scan and give better images. So everyone loved his product. They said, amazing product, but there is a caveat. The product was too costly. Everyone said the product is amazing, but it's not for my pricing. So during the entire time he was living on his wife's income, because he had already spent all his life savings, and even financially paying daily rent or getting daily food stuff, it was becoming very difficult. So regularly the husband and wife had lot of scuffle, and it happens over a period of many months. During this entire time he was living on the wages of his wife. They were finding it difficult even to make daily ends meet, to pay rent or to buy daily food stuff. So they had usual scuffles. Eventually his product failed entirely, and after that they had a huge scuffle and his wife leaves him. The system wasn't very kind to him either. The revenue department, IRS, they garnish his account. His landlord kicks him out because he doesn't pay rent. So he's now jobless, penniless, and he's on the streets with a child surviving on him. So he picks up odd jobs to make ends meet. He does painting and many other small stuff, and then he stumbles upon an opportunity of an internship for a stockbroker. So imagine his predicament here. He is jobless, he is penniless, his wife left him, he invested all his life savings on a product which failed miserably. On top of it, his son asks him to buy something. He is not in a position to get him that. He is in such a precarious situation, and on top of it he gets a job which is an unpaid internship. So he has to compete with 20 people to get the job, while knowing that he is not able to get enough money to feed himself or his son. So what does he do? How does he do his job? He does it fabulously well. He takes his job to an entirely new level. He personally meets clients. He works for maximizing his clients' profits. He introduces a new efficient way of calling people. Some amazing bunch of stuff, all while knowing that he doesn't have a penny in his pocket, while all the other 19 people are very well off. So does he get the job? He doesn't get the job. So towards the end of the movie, it comes to a point where he's absolutely shattered and is at a brink of collapse. The next day, everything is going down. He has already pulled in a lot of favors. People are not giving him any favors. And the next day is going to go completely on the streets, and it's not going to work out. And at this stage, the managers call him inside. He thinks that they are going to gracefully let him go because they know of his precarious situation. But to his absolute surprise, they say, you have done a commendable job and we'll give you the role happily. At this point, he completely breaks. He's ecstatic with happiness, oozing out with happiness. That is the title of the movie, Pursuit for Happiness. He's so happy, it's like goosebumps scene of a movie, very emotional. He's like uncontrollably happy. So that is the end of the movie. So how is this related to Cat? It's very similar in Cat and in real life. I'll tell you an example of a typical Cat student. I've been giving Cat for multiple years now. Cat is very unforgiving. Last year I prepared very hard, but one of the sections on exam day it went bad, and my overall score was very good, but I didn't get call from any college. After that, life has been very difficult. I've been switching jobs, and now financially and job wise I'm in a position that I have to get through Cat this year. I cannot go another time. So a 3-year exam is going to decide my fate. My entire career is dependent on it. My 10-month, 5-month, 8 months of preparation depends on these 3 months. So what to do? Check all that, guys. Just imagine what did Chris do when he was at his crushing low, all while knowing that he didn't have a damn morsel of food on that day, or he doesn't have a penny in his pocket. He gave his absolute best at his work. He gave his absolute best at his internship because he wanted to get the job. The same applies to you too. Your target is on November 24th, and you give your absolute best in preparation in these 14 days. And whatever his time is remaining, you need to accelerate your preparation for it. I know that you are completely conscious that this has a huge impact. There is a lot of factors involved in the exam. You got a lot to lose. Use it to your advantage. Use it to your advantage that I'm going to work harder. I'm going to work more efficient. Don't brood about it. Put aside everything and just focus on maximizing your preparation in the remaining days. Nothing else matters. You might say that just 15 days is left. What can I even do in 15 days? If you have that attitude, then most likely you have already lost the battle. Because Cat is not that hard, guys. I'm not just saying for the sake of it. Cat is usually very overhyped. I personally know friends who prepared for less than 1 month. One of them is in NMIMS and the other one is in IIM Kozhikode. So we are all a bunch of people who studied on the last day of the exam. We studied for 5 hours and we got 60%, 70%. Certainly if you prepare for the remaining few days, if you give your absolute best, there's still a lot you can achieve. But to get there, you need to really badly want to get it. It's like, I want to get CAT. I want to crack it. You really need to be frantic about it. You need to be ruthless with your preparation. You just got to focus on marks. At this point, marks are your best friends. Every other day you need to take mark. You need to take mark religiously like it's your actual CAT. You need to take marks in your exam slot. You need to analyze each and every mark. Your scores are going to dramatically increase. Apart from that, focus on your strengths. Consolidate what are your strengths, narrow down your focus and just focus on them. Like if you're bad at number system, chuck it. If you are like, you don't have a feel for geometry, you don't get it, then ignore it. If you are good at arithmetic but you're getting many questions wrong, or you're taking too long, either then some concepts you're missed out, or you need a lot of practice. So consolidate your strengths and just focus on them. Keep practicing those questions and take a lot of marks. Lastly, apart from rigorous preparation, you need to be healthy, because health is wealth. On the day of exam, there are few students who get sick on the day of the exam. You don't want to be one of them. Especially while you are preparing, have a lot of fluids, have fruit juices, dry fruits, so that your mind is active. Your mind consumes a lot of energy when you are preparing. And don't eat junk, keep away from new food, eat healthy. If you have stayed until this point of the video, I'll tell you one very important aspect. Think about the day you are going to write the exam. Picturize the day, what's going to happen. From your hall ticket to going to the exam, picturize everything. So I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm writing CAT and my location is 1.5 hours away. So I'll pre-book a hotel in a walking distance. I'll go there one day early. I'll go there, check the location. And why is all this necessary? I'm conditioning my brain. See, I'll tell you one more story. If you take an elephant, and many times these huge mammoths, they are tied with small ropes. Like they know very well that they are so strong that they can break off, but they don't. Why is that? Because since their childhood, they are conditioned that they can't break off. Similarly, when it comes to exam, all of us are conditioned to get terrified or to get anxious, to get nervous when it comes to exam. Our brain is conditioned. So you don't want to be one bit nervous before going to the exam. You don't want the stress of either booking the cab or the hall ticket. You don't want any kind of stress. You'll go in there with a sort of momentum of marks. You'll go in there in an auto drive mode where the experience of marks drives you along. You'll go to the exam like it's a mock. Just take it very relaxed way. The experience and momentum of your marks just drives the exam in auto drive mode. The exam doesn't drive you, but the mock experience drives you. You don't want one bit of stress on the day of the exam. Don't solve any other problem. Your brain should be waiting to pounce on all the CAT questions and nothing else. But after CAT, solve the world problems for all you want. Go on a trek, go on a road trip, do whatever the hell you want. But before CAT, plan ahead, schedule, work like your life depends on it. Go crazy with your preparation. Your single point of agenda should be throw everything you have in your career towards CAT preparation. I'll end it with a famous quote. Your hardest times often lead you to the greatest moments of your life. So this is preparing you for something bigger. Consciously put in maximum efforts, and I'm certain that you'll have much better prospects after life. And this is my very favorite statement, so I'll say this again. Work like your life depends on it. But on the day of the exam, go in with full confidence. Go in with the confidence that you are the hero, you are the topper of the exam, you are going to own everyone. So all the very best for CAT, guys. Rock it.